What's going on, football fans? We're going bowling, baby, down in Miami, Florida in the Orange Bowl, where Oklahoma is going to be taking on Alabama. Oklahoma comes into this game ranked number 4th in the country at 11-1. They're also the Big 12 champions, having beat Texas in the Big 12 championship game. Also, Alabama is number 1. They have been ranked number 1 all season. This team is undefeated. They pretty much dominated every team that they've played. But in this particular game, the last time Alabama beat Oklahoma was back in 1963, with legendary President John F. Kennedy was in attendance to see Alabama beat Oklahoma, ironically, in the Orange Bowl. Oklahoma is 3-1-1 overall in this series. You would have thought that Alabama had won more games, but these two teams haven't played each other near as much as one would care to believe. Alabama and Oklahoma had a brief home-to-home series back in the early 2000s where Oklahoma won both of those games, and Oklahoma took on Alabama in the Sugar Bowl where Oklahoma beat Alabama by double digits. Now let's get straight to it. Oklahoma boasts one of the best, probably the best offensive college football player in Kyler Murray, who was also the Heisman Trophy winner. This guy's absolutely dangerous running the ball, and he's relatively accurate throwing the ball, and he also, because of his running ability, is able to create running lanes for himself and passing lanes. So it's been very successful for him. He also has behind him a fabulous freshman running back in Kennedy Brooks, who has 113 carries for a little over 1,000 yards and has been very, very, very productive for that Oklahoma offense. Also, hopefully Oklahoma will be able to utilize Marquise Brown as he's nursing a foot injury. This receiver is definitely going to be needed production-wise in order for Oklahoma to have a chance, as he has 1,300 yards on the year. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, Oklahoma struggles mightily. And there's some stats that I was able to dig up, because in looking on film, you could clearly see that they're struggling with the defensive line mightily. They're also struggling in the secondary, and when you look at the stats, you see why. All year, Oklahoma has only had 28 sacks. That could be a huge problem. That's an indication that they're not doing a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback. In the secondary, they only have 8 interceptions all year, and that could prove to be very dangerous in a game like this when you have a quarterback like Tua Tagovailoa for Alabama, Jerry Jeudy, who had run the war for the best wide receiver in the country, and it could spell some doom for Oklahoma on that defensive side of the ball. I think Oklahoma is going to have to find a way, just like every other team. They're going to have to find a way to put pressure on Alabama. Now, Alabama, on the other hand, obviously the best team in the country right now, I feel. The current SEC champions. I mean, they have skilled players. They have 5-star players galore. I think Alabama has, obviously, one of the most talented teams in all of college football, and it starts with quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, who has had a legendary season for Alabama. Has been plagued by injuries lately, but no one can take away that he's one of the best quarterbacks in SEC history. Was a runner-up for the Heisman Trophy, and won several other numerous awards as this season has progressed. The best receiver in the country, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs. Alabama has weapons galore. The running game isn't too shabby either, as they have Damian Harris in the backfield. Although he has 700 yards, only 700 yards, he hadn't been asked to run the ball that much. So look for Alabama to utilize that part of their game plan. And on defense, Alabama's defensive line has been absolutely phenomenal. They've done a great job of putting pressure on the quarterback, as they have 14 sacks on the season. And they have 42 sacks on the season versus Oklahoma's only 26 sacks on the season. And that has been the difference in Alabama's game, is the fact that they can put pressure on the quarterback. They can create takeaways, as they've had multiple interceptions this year. They've done a very incredible job. And they also do a great job of scoring points. Several games where they scored 50+, including 52 points against their rival Auburn, 52-21 win in the Iron Bowl. They had some struggles in the SEC championship. Tua Tagovailoa was hurt, but Jalen Hurts comes off the bench to help lead Alabama to the SEC championship, and hence the berth in this particular football game against Oklahoma. Well, guys, it is prediction time, and when I look at this particular matchup, I think Alabama is absolutely dangerous in a game like this, because I don't feel that Oklahoma is going to have the ability to put any kind of pressure on Tua Tagovailoa. Their secondary for Oklahoma has been very, very shaky at best. They surrender 34 points per game, and I don't think that bodes well in a game like this against Alabama, who has a relatively outstanding defense. This could be a very problematic matchup for Oklahoma, who I don't think will have any answers for Tua Tagovailoa and those onslaught of receivers, and every now and then dumping it off to the tight end or the running back Damian Harris having a 100-yard productive day. I just don't think Oklahoma has a chance in this game. They absolutely do not have a chance in this game. They will not be able to put up enough points, nor are they going to be able to slow Alabama's offensive attack down here in this Orange Bowl. So I'm looking at Alabama in a 52-28 win over Oklahoma, and that's actually being a little generous. I'm not sure if Oklahoma will score that many points, but we're looking at 52-28. Alabama will advance to the national championship, more than likely taking on Clemson. I think Clemson will handle Notre Dame, and you all have a good one coming up next. Not today, but coming up next will be the preview of the UCF-LSU game as we go through all the SEC games in this bowl season. I think that's going to be a very interesting matchup. So far, the SEC is 1-1 bowl season. I hope you all enjoy the Iron Bowl. I mean, not the Iron Bowl. I hope you guys enjoyed the Orange Bowl, which will be taking place tonight. I hope you got a comfortable seat, got you some beer and chicken wings. You all have a good one. Once again, it's Vernon Speaks Sports. You all like, comment, and subscribe. You all have a good one.